I'm going to do a series on what is tendinitis, why you have it, and how we can fix it. It'll be a series, so I'll break this up a little bit. My name is Huang. I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist, and I treat all types of tendinitis. So what is tendinitis? In its most basic form, tendinitis is an irritation or inflammation of the tendon. So all across your body, you have muscles, right? This is your muscle, and your muscle starts somewhere and ends somewhere. And your muscles move, they cross and move a joint. So very specifically, let's say your wrist muscle. A lot of people know lateral epicondylitis as tennis elbow. We're just going to use that as an example. But you have a muscle that starts in this place, ends over here, and muscles only get long and only get short. So the muscles will get really long and then will retract and it will get short. All muscles do this. They get long and they get short. So when you bring your wrist down, the muscle gets long, and then when you bring your wrist up, it gets short. Now, for every muscle in your body, right? If this is the muscle, then this is the tendon, right? This is the tendon. So everywhere you start a muscle, you have your muscles that is attached to the tendon, and the tendon is attached down to the bone, right? Every muscle does this. Every muscle has a muscle belly, and it has a tendon attached at its origin, and it has a tendon attached at its insertion. Now, tendons are like people. Some tendons, you have really long, skinny tendons, right? So we have a long, skinny tendons, and for our fingers, our tendon muscles, the muscles are here and then becomes tendons. So our tendons for our fingers are really long and skinny, and then some of our tendons are really short and fat. So all the tendons, all the muscles and tendons, they have different lengths and shape. So some tendons are really short and fat, and some tendons are really long. So for example, your rotator cuff. So a rotator cuff tendon is a clear example. It's kind of like a medium-sized tendon, but it's flat, and then there's 4 muscles to your rotator cuff, and all those tendons kind of converge and like kind of mix together, and it ends right here. But it's 4 muscles, and then they all kind of converge together. They have their own separate tendons, but they do kind of like intermingle a little bit. So those are some tendon examples of your arm, but you have tendons again everywhere. So another common place for tendinitis is actually in your knee. You have your big muscle that starts right here, comes all the way down, and the muscle's here, but then it becomes a tendon, and that tendon wraps around this kneecap, and it actually inserts all the way down here. So that patella tendon is kind of like your big old triceps tendon. And then we have tendons in our feet too, which is very common. I'll show you my sock. We have a plantar fasciitis, which is a common tendinitis of the tendon of your foot. I can speak personally on that because I had that for many years when I was younger. And here's the thing, tendinitis does not discriminate against age. Tendinitis does not discriminate against age. I had tendinitis in my 20s. I had tendinitis in my 30s for my elbow. And as a therapist, I've just learned how to treat tendinitis. So now when I feel it kind of come back, I know exactly how to treat it. So I want to help you understand tendinitis better, to know how to treat it, and know when to get help so you can get rid of it. So I tell my patients, once you learn how to do something, like you'll know when it starts to come back. My plantar fasciitis, every once in a while it's like it wants to remind me that it was there, and I'm like, girl, I don't need to remember. But that's tendinitis in a nutshell. This is how tendons work in a nutshell. So when you develop tendinitis, what happens is somewhere along the way, your tendon gets irritated, right? Your tendon gets really, really, really irritated because something is rubbing against it, and because that tendon is attached to bone and you keep pulling and pulling too hard on it and it keeps getting irritated, that's why tendinitis is feel like it's so deep down into the bone. And like, why does it hurt so deep? Is something wrong with my bone? Is it broken? Girl, nothing wrong with it. It's just your tendinitis. Your tendon is attached to the bone that is attached to the muscle, and anytime you move it, your muscles get long and get short and get long and get short, and it keeps pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling on this tendon, and it irritates this whole area. That now is called a tendinitis. Now, to be very specific, tendinitis can be acute or chronic, right? Acute means it just came on when I was in my 20s. That was acute. I walked 500 bed hospital. I was going from room to room. I was a therapist there at the hospital, so I would be one of the therapists that treated people while they were sick or after surgery in the hospital. I would get them up and do stuff with them. So I was walking everywhere, and my tendon was just irritated. Leave that alone for months and years, now we become chronic. So a lot of times patients come to me, oh, I had tendinitis, it went away, and then now it's back. Well, now we have chronic, right? Now we have chronic because it was there, we didn't take care of it fully, and now it's coming back. So chronic tendinitis tends to have a very specific word called tendinopathy. So it's not just inflammation anymore, it can be considered degenerative, right? So now it's a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse than just, oh, I have a rug burn, right? So imagine you get a little rug burn. It's there a little bit, it's really fast to go away. But when you have a burn and it's deep, now it's going to take much longer, right? That's chronic. So just to kind of, explain how your muscles and tendons work, to then how you end up with the tendinitis, and then how it becomes from a chronic issue into, acute problem into a chronic problem. So in a nutshell, that is tendinitis. And tendinitis is treatable, and it's treatable fast. It's treatable well. Like, you can actually treat it conservatively, meaning like you don't need injections for it, you don't need to have surgeries for it. The first plan of action is actually therapy, making a few changes, and I'll make a whole video on what you can do for different body parts. You can leave me comments here if you want me to explain a very specific thing, and I'll try my best to come up and do that for you. But tendinitis, in a nutshell, can be treated, and it can be treated simply with therapy. One thing that we use here in my clinic here at Hands-On Therapy Services is we use regenerative shockwave. Regenerative shockwave is incredible for tendon and muscle types of issues, right? I'll share more about that as well. It's not the end-all be-all, but what it does is it helps heal really quickly, and that way you can continue to move, and it pairs very well with therapy because you can reduce the pain fast, fix the problem at its cellular level, and then the therapy is to help with the why. Why did you get this? Why did you get this in the first place? We can't stop moving our bodies, right? When I had plantar fasciitis, I couldn't stop walking. When I had plantar fasciitis, when I had tendinitis of my elbow, I couldn't stop writing. I had severe tendinitis here, couldn't stop writing. I needed to perform therapy on my patients, and then I had to write what I was doing with them, and I couldn't stop, right? So the problem with tendinitis that makes it very difficult is that we tend to, as people, as human beings, we tend to be like, oh, let's just ignore it, maybe it'll go away. and then it becomes worse. But why did you get that in the first place? So I'll go into various specifics in another video when I'm talking about, explaining what why you have that particular tendinitis, some common reasons why you have that particular tendinitis, and then what you can do to get started with treating it. All right. If you have specific questions for me, let me know. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'm going to make some more videos on tendinitis for you. All right. Thanks.